What's happening with Mabinogi? This year alone, Mabinogi has seen a lot of love with updates, reworks, and the announcement of Project Eternity, porting us all over into the Unreal Engine, setting the stage for the future of this throwback MMORPG. In the last video on this topic, I expressed how important it was to maintain the look and stylistic feel that Mabinogi has. This is especially important as I feel like Mabinogi's look is crucial to this game's identity. You know Mabinogi when you see it. And thankfully, as you can see from this test footage, it looks like they're setting up to deliver. This still looks like Mabinogi to me, and I can't deny that I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. Around the first announcement of the project, YouTube videos would surface, imagining what this MMO could look like in Unreal. UNJM's videos stand out the most in this regard, reimagining key locations like Tir Chanel and Dumbarton in Unreal. They stand as really interesting what-ifs, but also bring to light what I meant about maintaining the stylistic feel of Mabinogi as well. These renders are breathtaking, but while hyper-realistic, don't really hold the same identity that Mabinogi does. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm crazy. You tell me. I still like these videos, and I highly recommend checking them out. I'll link them in the description. With that being said, I think with all this news comes new eyes on the MMO. So I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, what is Mabinogi? If you found this video and you've never played Mabinogi and don't know what it is, I'm gonna do my best to try to explain it. It's a time capsule. No, seriously, Mabinogi is a relic of an era of MMOs that I feel is mostly dead. Like when I look at other MMOs that came out around the same time, they're kind of empty. And I'm not saying Mabinogi's bustling or busy, but it's definitely faring better than other MMOs that came out at the time. Not all of them before you come at me with pitchforks, but it's doing okay in comparison. You see, Mabinogi is a free-to-play game, and while that may seem a little bit more commonplace now, I'm telling you, back around 2004, 2005, that was a much bigger deal. This was long before the era of gacha games, but not before the era of gachapon. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me try to make that make sense. While you were pulling gacha for your husbandos and waifus back in the day, we were pulling gachas for this shit. It was a different time, and the concept of a free-to-play game was pretty revolutionary at the time. These games really had us going to CVS to get those game cards. I'm telling you, it's a different time. It was a different time. But anyways, I digress. Mabinogi is a fantasy MMO that is pretty unrestrictive in nature. You can make your character be whatever you want. You don't have to have multiple accounts to have different classes. You could be a mage, a warrior, an alchemist, all three. It doesn't matter. It's your fantasy life. That was the motto and is still the motto of Mabinogi. You have a housing district with houses that, well, I mean, of course there are houses in the housing district. You have a housing district with houses and neighbors that is completely empty right now. But you have homesteads, which is that but better. I don't know if I'm selling you on this, but what I'm trying to say is Mabinogi is just a big bundle of nostalgia. Though it has seen many updates over the years and has modernized itself in a lot of ways, at its core, it's still a 2004 MMORPG. It feels like something from that time. And I can't explain why. It just does. And that's it. That's Mabinogi. That's my explanation. I hope I explained it well. I don't think I did. So where do we go from here? What is next for Mabinogi? No, that is a good question, dear viewer. What is next for Mabinogi? Well, I think that depends on a number of things. I can say that I really strongly feel the future is bright for this MMO, but we'll have to wait and see. But I want you to think about something. The core gameplay loop of Mabinogi is rebirthing. And if you really look at it, this is what this is. Project Eternity is the rebirth of our MMO. If it maintains the support and love that it's getting right now, then I have no doubt that Project Eternity will go over very well. And we'll see a new Mabinogi with a lot of new faces, but in the same style that we've come to know and love. I say this a lot, but Mabinogi is an old game. It's a literal time capsule. But I feel that capsule is not just representative of Mabinogi, but an era of gaming that has changed dramatically. Free-to-play games don't look like this anymore. Now we're in the era of your Genshin Impacts and your insert other impact here. I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is it's just a different style of game than what we see in the current climate. So this doing well would mean a lot more. It would mean that there's still an audience and there's still an interest in this type of game, in these types of MMOs. I don't know. At this point, I'm just rambling, but I guess what I'm saying is we'll have to wait and see. I'm Mabinerd. I want to thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Outlaws, I'm gunning. If you see me coming, don't try running. Let me tell you something. I'm bringing law to this land. Fill your eyes with that sand. When it bursts, leave you blind. I'm the worst. I'm an alchemist. You don't test me. Got the original gat on my wrist. Hear that click? You won't exist when I flow like water. Hit hard like a cannon. Make you fight a flame burst. Make it hard to stand up. It's an honor cause I'm bringing you down like a pal. Your life flashed in a bit. That's a critical hit. They stay stacked. That's a theory, not a query. Hear that? And let's roll, I'ma charge right through your bullet rushing.